I would imagine like a lot of people have, asked you, how do you deal with the stressful times and how do you deal with this maybe anxiety and uncertainty?
Yeah, no, for sure. There's a lot of that right now. And I think uncertainty is probably the number one topic of conversation. People just don't know what to do. Um, but it's one of my distinctions I teach, that the very nature of life is uncertainty. Just like we could say that fire is hot, well, then life is uncertain,
Yeah.
right? That's its actual structure. It's always been uncertain. So we could say that prior to the virus, people were somewhat delusional that they had security. They had some sense of knowing what was going to happen, just because you have the predictability of a job that you went to or a family that you had. So that's illusory, right? And so I think this as well is, it's helping people to have a greater sense of trust, or if it's for some people faith, because maybe their bent is more religious than spiritual. But for me, trust is what people are having to develop in this time, where I don't know what's going to happen, but I trust that at a level that is sort of somewhat unconscious to me, that things are unfolding in accordance with life's bigger plan, because there's an ultimate intelligence here at work. So I'm helping people to recognize, one, you probably were always in a state of mild anxiety. You just had different mechanisms to deal with it, or you had the illusion of security. Whereas now you're actually getting to really look at, can I be with the nature of life as it is, uncertain, and not get into some state of panic or fear? Because really, what is the common emotion right now is fear that people have. Arguably, it's focused mainly around the damn virus. This is why people are freaking out when someone's not wearing a mask here in America, which is just a joke, because people have become so scared of the fact that there's this invisible boogie monster out there that you're going to get from a cardboard box from Amazon, or, because somebody's touched an apple at a grocery store. It's insanity. So helping people just to relax, calm down, develop some emotional immunity, as well as physiological immunity, get educated, realize, well, hang on a minute, the virus really isn't killing many people relative to what's usually going on in the world, right? Iatrogenesis, which is medical errors, kills 2 to 3 times more people every year. Now, they don't track those numbers on TV, because doctors, surgeons have fucked up, or people following their actual prescription of drugs have had, whatever led to their fatality. But that's not including overdoses or addictions, not recreational use of pharmacology products, right? That's a whole nother kettle of, problems with millions of people's lives affected. So let's put it in perspective. Like 99.7% of us, whatever, are going to be fine. And of that small percentage who sadly do pass, for which I have compassion for those families, even the CDC recognized that 94% of them had comorbidities, an average of 2.6 comorbidities. So you start to break down the numbers. It's just kind of crazy that people are freaking out over something that maybe 10, 11,000 people in the States have died solely from COVID itself. Now, if we were to really look at who they were, chances are maybe they were also on some kind of medication, or they had a shitty diet and lifestyle. There's going to be a few outliers that might, oh no, he was healthy and in his 40s, and okay, great. But that's like 1 or 5 people, relative to how many millions are dying every year from cancer, diabetes, cardiac disease, that they don't trace or track on TV for you, because that makes good money treating those people. So I'm using perspective, let's just not freak out here. Education about how to be healthier so that you have a robust immune system. And then also, I think, it's a way to start to reevaluate what people are committed to in their own life. People are looking at their careers and going, well, maybe I don't want to be in this job. It's kind of been very stressful, and I've just done it for a monthly paycheck. So people are getting to have an opportunity to reevaluate every area of their life. So I'm just supporting them that way. But I think the biggest thing is to recognize the fear, and the predominant fear is of death. And that is a big one for people. But it's, I think death is one of the most beautiful conversations, ironically, because in order to stay alive, you have to continually die. The fear of death that people have is the death of themselves, the ego. But that is the ultimate form of liberation. When you get over your own fear of your own identity,
Mm.
there is nothing more enlightening than that. So that's, again, a gift when people are ready to really look at the demise of their own persona and discover true freedom on the other side of it.